Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our Let's Play on Life is Feudal. We are now on episode 4, and in the previous episode we saw our monument being erected. Look at it in its glory. A big wooden sword stuck into a big bit of stone. However, as you can see, a lot has been done whilst I have been asleep. My clan members and guild members have been busy at work erecting their tiny shacks, as well as an anvil and forge, some furnaces and some kilns, as well as some boxes to store things in. Today is Judgment Hour Day. Now it happens at roughly 6 o'clock GMT time, and this is only on a Saturday, so I need to get my house set up and be prepared for tonight's possible raids. But let's continue on and build our little shack. Now I've terraformed a little area here and I've put down my tiny plaster shack foundations. As you can see, we will need 5 logs and 150 clay. Now to do this, I'm going to do the clay first, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Alright, so if we run down here, and we run over to where my my clay pit is over here. There it is over there. Let's run up to that, and I'll show you exactly what I do. As you can see, somebody's been mining here. That's actually the right way to do it. This way preserves the clay. It doesn't actually terraform the clay away and makes it unusable anymore. What this does is it creates a mine of clay, a clay mine, and what we're doing here is leaving this clay mine to collapse on itself, because as it collapses on itself we can obtain the clay again. We can actually reuse the clay, whereas if we were to terraform it, it would completely disappear. Now I have 150 clay on me now. I can go put that into my tiny plaster shack. So let's run over there. Hello, Nathan. So let's put down our clay and add the resources to our tiny plaster shack. This will probably need a few hammers, maybe two loads of hammers, because it is 150 units of material. As I said, look at that. I only put in 95, we need to put in the rest of it. So let's hammer down the rest of that. Next thing we need to do is we need 5 building logs, and we get these from trees. Go figure, right? So we need to go find a decent tree, a decent sized tree, not these pines, or these spruce trees. We need an elm or an oak that can contain a lot of material in it, just so we can get these logs. So if we run over here, here's a couple of elms. They're not great quality, but I'm not all that bothered at the moment. Oh, that's a softwood log. We don't need that. So let's cut down this big oak, and it's probably not great quality, but I'm not bothered. Now, oaks do take a lot of manpower to kind of cut down. As you can see, the progress bar is very, very slow. This is probably because I'm using a primitive weapon or a primitive axe. If this was a metal axe, it would be a little bit quicker and a little bit more, you know, satisfying to use a metal axe instead of a stone one. So let's hate the sound of that. Let's inspect this log and see how much material we're going to get out of it. Amount of wood, 240. We're going to get 2 building logs out of this. So let's move this item and let's shift it over to where my small plaster shack is going to be. This will take a little minute, folks, because I am carrying a log. I'm carrying a huge, huge log, and it's on my back and I'm slow. So folks, as you can see, the terraforming work here has been crazy. My guild members, whilst I've been asleep, have been very busy planting trees, as well as smelting iron and creating charcoal. But don't worry, I'm not going to cut any corners. I'm going to show you how to do these things for people who are learning off of my Let's Play. I will start by showing you how to make a kiln, then a furnace, then possibly an anvil and forge, and from there we will continue with group projects. At this rate, this is the kind of starter things you're going to want to aim for. A house, a claim, a monument, sorry, maybe 2 furnaces and a kiln, as well as an anvil and forge, because you want to smelt things and then craft by blacksmithing those metal materials that you're creating. So here we go, my little shack is right there. As you can see, there's quite a lot of active players in this area in my guild. There's quite a lot of them. We've got 8 in total, I believe. So let's drop that right there. Okay, so we need to go get another one. We need one with preferably 300 units of material in it. So let's go over this way. Let's see if we can find anything over this way. Those look like elm trees over there. But there's some oaks. Let's grab another oak. There we go. Let's cut this big boy down. Again, slow progress, ladies and gentlemen, slow progress. You're using primitive tools. It will be slow progress to begin with, but as soon as you reach metal tools, a lot of things are suddenly quick, efficient, and a lot more satisfying. This is not satisfying though. Look at him. He's hammering away at this blooming big tree. Okay, let's see if he's going to finish it. There we go. I'm just going to turn away from that and walk away because I don't like the noise. Okay, let's run over. Oh, we're in the Sleeper's Hammer area here. I'll tell you a wee bit more about the regions as well because it's quite important. Okay, so we're going to get 2 out of this. So let's grab this and let's move it over to where my small plaster shack is. Now, you probably saw there, I'm looking at how much wood is actually in the log. 100 units of wood constitutes 1 building log. I think it's 10 for a board and 5 for a billet. Don't quote me on that. I'll need to double check that. But that's how you know how much wood you're going to use out of each individual building log or each individual felled log. Oh, dearie me. Oh. But as you can see, my guild members have been quite busy. They have been, I think they've been up during the night getting this stuff done, which is quite crazy. I've also turned my grass back on, by the way. In my previous 2 episodes, you probably saw that the grass was very minimal. That was because I was doing herbalism and I forgot to turn it back on. It was also to see the animal tracks. So let's get over here and let's drop this log. I wonder who that is. I wonder if that's Nathan. I wonder if it is Nathan. Is it Nathan? It is Nathan. So let's move over here and we'll put down this next log. There we go. Right there. Drop it there. So I need what? Tell you what, we'll go over to that softwood log that we saw over here. And we're going to try and saw 1 log out of this. We'll inspect it. If it does have 100, we're in luck. If not, then we'll need to cut down another tree. It's actually levitating right now. It's a magic log. It's a magic log. How much has it got? It's got 100 total. That's really good actually. That's brilliant. Right. You probably noticed I didn't uproot my trees. I'm sorry I didn't do that. I just want to get my house built because I don't want to die during judgment hour tonight because I know quite a few people will be out on the prowl attacking and looting people. So that's something we need to look forward to. So hopefully get 1 building log out of this. It's almost complete and pop, there we go, it's gone. We've got our building log. Let's move it over to our small plaster shack and we'll saw up the rest of our logs. There we go. Up here. And let's construct. Let's quickly throw that one in. Now remember what I told you, ladies and gentlemen. Remember what I told you. Construct. Drag it off to the left. Don't move from your position. Building log. Let's get 1 out of that. As you can probably hear, my guild members are building things. They are in the midst of doing their own thing. They are helping me as well. I am the guild leader of this area. I've not seen a lot of people naming the clan so far. Silverman, your suggestion was pretty good. Who else? The one who had the Hacksvern. Hackensvern. You'll need to tell me what that translates to because that was quite an interesting name and it might actually be the name that I use for this. So I'm only going to saw this once more to get the second log out of this building log here. There we go. So don't move again, just do a 180 turn and there we go. We've got our next log ready to be built. Now I need to also build a bed because I'm going to tell you exactly why I'm going to do that. When you build a house and you assign yourself as the owner of that, you set it as your home. When you pray back to your home, you'll land on top of the house, and if you're over, or if you're encumbered, or if you're over encumbered, you will actually take damage from that and potentially die. Now you don't want that to happen. Now to fix this, you put a bed inside the house and you will spawn on top of that bed. Think of it as like a shifted spawn point. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. 5 logs. 5 healthy logs. Let's build... Oh, in fact, let's stand back a wee bit. What to do is don't stand over it. Don't stand inside it. Try and stand on the tile beside where you're going to build this building. Because what will happen is it'll tell you there's something obstructing it. Like that. Something has obstructed. So we need to move these out the road because it sees these as a problem. So let's move it there. Let's move this one. Let's put it down there. Let's rotate it. Move it up a wee bit. When it glows red like that, it won't let you place it down because it's within the land. So now that we have everything cleared, let's start building again. Hopefully it'll take it this time. I'm not within the squares where this is actually going to be erected. Hopefully. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have our first tiny plaster shack. Now if I right click this, general actions, set as your home, and I check system, you successfully bound to this house. There are 0 free rooms left. Now the next part we need to do is we need to go to artisan, create a camp, a sleeping bag, put it down right there, and he'll quickly create a little sleeping bag. Basically what I'm going to do here is you can use a bed, you can use a luxury bed, or you can use a sleeping bag. And you put your plant fibre in there. Let's run over here, grab some sticks. So we need to get some branches, that's what we need. The branches and the plant fibre make this little bed, and I know it's not the most comfortable looking thing, but it works, and I'll show you exactly how it works. When I press number 8 on my hotbar, I'm going to get a little teleport, and I'm going to teleport back to my house. So I'll show you it before I put this little sleeping bag in there, right? So when I finish this, right, watch this. I'm going to run away. I'm going to run this direction, right? So I'll just run maybe just to where this terraformed land is, right? So the bed isn't actually inside the house. So if I do this, that's a very angry set of lungs he's got there. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to levitate above my house. Watch this. Oh, maybe not. I'll need to do it again. Let's see if it'll do it again. Oh, I need to wait a wee while. Well, anyway, what would happen is I would actually drop from the sky onto the top of my house. And as I said, if I'm overburdened with items in my inventory, I'll actually take damage. However, if I put one of these inside, now I know my tools are shining through, don't worry about that. It's just the game. And there's plants shining through my building as well. Let's increase it and let's push it back a wee bit. There we go. And we now have a bed. So what will happen is, if I press 8, I will appear right here. I will appear standing on top of my bed. So folks, the next part I want to do is I'm going to try and show you guys how to do your furnaces and your kilns. I might not get them all done today, but we will find. We'll see. We'll see. There's Junie, busy at work, staring at a box. She's literally staring at a box. Right. So where should we build these? Let's build them where our tiny plaster shack is. Let's put it over here. So let's do F3. Let's find a decent area. Right. We'll put it to the left hand side. Let's flatten the ground here. And what this will do is I'll pick up 0.2 levels and I'll put it to the right or the left. Oh, there we go. Let's get rid of this soil. And now we should be able to flatten this area. It should go green now. Green. Let's go green here as well. There we go. If I stand in here and do the 18.1 right there, I should be able to get it as well. There we go. How many units of soil have I got? I've got enough to get it to its last point. So let's grab a wee bit more soil. Let's flatten 2 bits here. So let's pick up 2 units of dirt and we'll flatten that bit out. So we've got a little 2x2 square that we can call ourselves. Or so we can call it our little crafting area, really. So let's open up our inventory. Combine. Drop. Now you probably heard me in the previous episode you only need 15. For this I'm just going to use 30. There we go. Nice and flat. Let's toggle our... Oh, okay. Right. So let's put our furnace... where should we put our furnace actually? So let's rotate that. Let's raise it up and move it to the right. Let's move it out a wee bit. There we go. Place it right there. So let's place a furnace right here, right? So we go to construction, construct. We have to go down to furnace. There we go, furnace. And you'll need a hammer to put this down, by the way. So have one equipped. So he's going to put down the placement for a furnace. Let's put down the placement for a kiln over here. Now, do you notice that I'm actually putting it inside my claim radius as well? I'm not putting it out with my claim radius. If I was to put it outside my claim radius, it would take decay effects very quickly. Whereas if I put it inside the claim, it won't take much of a decay rate. So how much do we need? We need 400 clay, 20 water and 30 plant fibre. So let's find out how much we have to put in our furnace. 10 plant fibre, 100 clay and 5 water. So we need 5 water plus 20. So we need 25 water. So let's run to the coastline. Let's run all the way over to the coastline. So folks, I hope you're enjoying this series. I'm having an absolute blast. A lot of people have joined the server and a lot of people have joined the guild. I'm really happy you guys have done that. A lot of new players have joined this, which is really good, which I was really aiming for. I really want new players to kind of experience the game and not see it as such a huge grind. It's not a huge grind. The grind isn't really real, but you have to respect it. It is grindy to a point. The first initial start, like the start of it, is quite grindy. Oh, we've got a neighbour. That must be Cinnamon, who's commented on a few of my videos actually. Hope he's doing well. Let's see what he's got. Let's see. He's got a monument. He's got a house. He's got a kiln. He's got an anvil and forge and a furnace. Oh, I can see a coop over there as well. He's doing pretty damn well for himself. Well done, Cinnamon. Fantastic. I've also been in contact with a few other guys in the south as well. There's quite a lot of people that have made their houses here, or made their claims here. We've even got somebody who's made a claim on the island. Now that's brave, that's very brave, because they won't have very easy access to clay, as there's no clay on the island. So here we are, at the water. We are going to find ourselves some water. We're at the water, getting water. So point at the water. General actions, let's get some water. Mass produce that stuff. So we need 25 in total. So the first thing we're going to build is probably our furnace, because it's the easiest thing to build at the moment. It only needs 100 clay, 5 water, and how many? It was 10 plant fibre, wasn't it? It was 10. So there we go. We've got the requirement for our furnace already in terms of water. But we're here for 25, as we're going to put the other 20 in the kiln just to get it ready. 10 more to go. There we go. 18, 19, 20. I've also decided what I'm going to go with in terms of combat. As you can see, my skills are pretty high now. There we go, we can stop that now. I'll show you my skills. I've got 47 strength, 31 constitution and 35 willpower. Basically, I can swing lots, I can carry lots, and I can hit hard. That is how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to aim for possibly plate armour or maybe chainmail armour with a two-handed sword. Maybe a knight sword, or I don't know, maybe I'll go with my my country's blade, the claymore. Maybe I'll go with a Zweihander. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe even a Flamberg. Those swords are really big. I might even go for a bastard sword. That wasn't a swear word, by the way. It's actually called a bastard. It is actually called a bastard sword. And before, oh, did you guys see that? Oh, somebody. That must be Simmerman's. Simmerman, word of advice: put it closer to your claim. If that pops and I come over here, I'm taking it. I'm not that mean, but I will tell you it's there. So here we are, on our way back. We've got all our water, so we just have to place that into our furnace and our kiln, and we'll have these ready possibly by the end of the episode. So before we stop over there, let's grab some clay. Now, like before, we're going to mine it. We're not going to dig it, we're going to mine it. I make this pretty obvious to people who are new to the game. Please mine it. Even if you're in a server that isn't mine it, because you're allowing other people to use it. If you dig it up, you're using it up. If you mine it, you're just... really what you're doing is you're just taking a wee void out of it, and as soon as it collapses, you'll be able to get that clay back. People will be able to get that clay back as well. So let's see if we can get 200 out of this. We're going to get 200. Fantastic. Right. Oh god, I'm overburdened. So this is exactly why I need the bed. So for example, if I was to pray back right now and I didn't have a bed inside my tiny plaster shack, basically what would happen would be is I would land on top of that tiny plaster shack and I would possibly take a lot of damage and or die. So I'm trying to avoid that as much as I possibly can. So here we go. Let's put this into our furnace. So there we go. Now I think it's 400 we need. 400 clay. Okay, that's fine. Put that in. We need 30 plant fibre. So in total we need 40 plant fibre to actually complete these. So let's go and grab the remaining clay. After that we'll just have to tank our plant fibre. So let's grab as much as we possibly can. Now I should be able to get 300 here without a problem, because I have 170 in my inventory space. Basically what that means, if you double that, that's the maximum you can carry. So I can carry a total of 340, I believe. Yeah, 340. So it's 170 times 2. That is as much as you can carry, as you'll see here. So notice I'm 268. If I do 50 more, I'll still have enough room in my inventory to carry this out. There we go. We're at 318 and I can still sort of run. Very slowly, but I can still run. A good thing to have near your area is roads. Roads are really good. They increase your speed by 10%. Clay increases your speed by 5%, and stone increases your speed by 10%, so it's a little bit quicker. So here we go, let's run over. Now we've already placed it inside our furnace, we're going to place this inside our kiln. So let's do that. Construct. There we go. Nope, control, not shift. Okay, now we need plant fibre, so that means I need to get my head down and start with the nature's lore. Gather plant fibre, let's mass produce that, and it gives me a chance to talk to you guys. So folks, what's going to happen is Judgment Hour is tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to record that because I am going to be having to talk to the other guild members quite frequently in case we do get attacked, so I'm not going to be able to get that recorded. However, I might be starting a little event tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, which is the, what is the date? It was the 2nd on, it was the 2nd yesterday. No, it wasn't, it was the 3rd yesterday? today's Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, today's Saturday, so it's the 3rd today. So the 4th, which is tomorrow, which is a Sunday, I'm going to host a little event. And what it is, it's going to be, basically I'm going to build a little palisade kind of fort tower kind of thing. It's only going to be like 2x2 wide with a tower inside it. And basically your objective is to get up the hill and kill me. That is basically the event. It's King of the Hill. I'm the King of the Hill. You need to kill me and take the items that are on my body. So I don't know what to include. I might include some jewellery for luck. I might include high quality food. I might include, I don't know, maybe steel tools or maybe iron tools. So it's going to be the GM versus everybody. I will put a discussion or an announcement inside my Steam group. If you aren't part of that, please join it. I will put all the announcements of events and things like that in there. I'll also announce it on my Discord channel as well. If you aren't part of that, the link is in the description. You can find out and you can join that. That'll also give you an idea of who's also playing on this server. It also gives you a chance to talk to me if you need help, if you need any advice, if you need anything done, if there's any problems regarding the players in the server or the server itself. I'm open to suggestions for events as well. This is just a minor event, but eventually I'm going to host, maybe when people are a wee bit more kitted out, I might host jousting or maybe free-for-all pits. If you watched my MMO tournament video, I might replicate that. You never know. So we've got 25 plant fibre, we've got 25 to go. What is my nature's lore at actually? It's at 79, that's pretty high. Now, oh excuse me, in episode 2 I was doing herbalism. I understand why I wasn't getting a lot of herbs back. I was under 60 on those skills, on the skill of nature's lore. I was under 60, which means I'm not going to get a lot of herbs back. As you can see, at level 60 can locate fresh herbs on your current and common herbs in 2 tile radius, which means the herbs will appear on the tile I'm searching and the surrounding tiles that I'm looking for. They'll also be up to quality 60, which is a really good thing. The higher the quality, the better the material, as I always say, as well as my tutorial. Now, at this point now, I'm going to be quite proficient with my stacking as well. When I create things, I'm going to be creating things that are quite high quality already. I ran out of stamina. So that means I'm going to segregate the low tier or low quality items from the high quality items, basically just to give myself a wee bit of a buff, because the high quality provides a better durability, and you, as well as, you know, for example, armour, it'll give me a wee bit better attributes to protect me. So we've almost got 50 plant fibre. It's taking a while. You raise your hand to scratch your nose. Notice a knobbly wart. Ugh, more warts. My character is very prone to getting warts in this game. It's horrible. 10 more plant fibre and we've completed our kiln and our furnace. This is like the bad bit. Usually what you would do is you'd set your what the hell was that? You notice a suitable stock and grab it deftly. But it proves harder than you thought. It holds fast and you need some effort. The tough old stock breaks with a loud crack and you fly like a missile. These random events, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, they do scare me sometimes. Some of them are quite bad. The random event where you find a snake, there's a 50% chance it bites you, and there's a 50% chance that it just slithers away. Normally, you're gonna have to face the bite, and it takes off at least 2/3 of your health, and that is an absolute game changer. If you're well armoured and you take a poison hit, it's not great. It is not great whatsoever. So we've almost got our stuff. We've got 4 more to go, 3 more to go, and we are finished. We have finished our kiln and our furnace, and we will be able to start creating charcoal and smelting iron or copper in the next episode. I hope you guys will enjoy that. That'll be good because it might see me with my iron tools, which will be absolutely brilliant. I might add a wee bit here and there off camera just to make things a wee bit easier for myself, but it'll still showcase exactly what you need. There we go, 50 in total. Here we go. Let's drop that in there, and let's drop that in there. Oh, we only needed 40. We only needed 40. I'm silly. I am a silly dumpling. But that's good actually. 10 plant fibre. I'll be able to make a snare, which means we might see the building of a coop as well in the next episode. Who knows? So for the next episode, I think we're going to aim for iron tools and a coop, and possibly an anvil and forge. Let's build our kiln. As you can see, everybody is quite hard at work. Everybody's leveling up their skills. We are preparing for Judgment Hour. We are preparing ourselves quite well. So let's build there. I may also ask Des, who is the resident blacksmith, to make me a war axe, because if you noticed my combat skills, I have 55 in footman. Now you can do that when you enter the game. Before you enter the game, on character creation. Basically, this allows you to wield a one-handed mace or a one-handed axe, and that is pretty good early game. I can also wield a bow, believe it or not. I can already wield a bow, so that's another good thing to start out with. Having your slinger quite high and your footman quite high. Those are my recommendations. If you are the Norse, I can't remember my race in this game. There we go, our kiln is complete. We can now create charcoal. And we've even got some leftover log and leftover wood to put it in there. So folks, I hope you've been enjoying this series. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, leave a little like. It'll help me out greatly. If you want to follow along in the progress of this series and witness potentially a fortress being built on this location, leave a little subscription and remember to ring the bell, and you'll stay up to date with all my latest releases on this game and others. So folks, from myself and my sexy new little tiny plaster shack, I'm Mr. Feudal. I'll see y'all later.